Man, wow, that was fun and challenging at the same time, man. The NFL season is back. 60 minutes of football, man. I tip my cap to the New York Jets, man. They were a worthy opponent, man. They fought. They really put us up against it, challenged us in a lot of ways. It's an unknown sometimes when you're playing a new staff, man. I thought that we got exposed in some of those spaces at times, but I thought the coaches did a real good job of communication. The players did a real good job of communicating and adjusting. We made about one or two more plays than they did, and sometimes these games are decided by that. I'm excited about the next week's process. We got an opportunity to get a lot better between week 1 and week 2. We're going to need to, obviously. Our slip was showing a little bit today in some areas. We weren't good enough in the running game, particularly the RPO running game. We didn't put enough pressure on Justin. On the offensive side of the ball, I thought some negative plays killed drives. We didn't protect our quarterback well enough on play pass, trying to go for chunks on first and second down. They sacked us a couple of times in those instances, put us behind the chains. You can't be behind the chains in a hostile environment in a close football game. Usually those bills come due. And so, those are some of the things that, you talk about or you feel immediately after. But certainly we'll comb through this and work to get better. That's a part of the process, that cycle of prepare, play, evaluate, make necessary corrections, and play again. And so I'm excited about looking at the video and dissecting it, the things that we need to improve upon, and going to work next week with this group. We absorbed some attrition in game, like always. Deshaun Elliott has a knee injury that's being evaluated. Malik Harrison also has a knee injury that's being evaluated. Joey Porter Jr.'s hamstring got tight, and we shut him down so it didn't get any worse than it was. There's some other bumps and bruises associated with play. I think Cam got poked in the eye, but he was fine and able to finish. But more than anything, man, I'm just excited for this group to face adversity and persevere. I'm excited about the new Steelers, whether they're new to the league or new to us. Man, we got a lot of plays from a lot of new Steelers today, and they're earning their place in Steeler lore with their efforts. And we talked about a little bit about that last night. I don't care about what means you get here, man. You play one play for this organization, you're a Steeler. And so a lot of guys etch their names into that legacy with their efforts and play today. Can't say enough about Kenny G. That offensive player making a tackle on kickoff and knocking that ball loose. I think Skoranek recovered, man. It's just an example of making plays in all three phases and being a football player first and a positional player second. And with that, I'll pause and open up for questions.
What did you like that you saw from Aaron Rodgers and how the players responded to him?
I just thought he was game all day. But again, you guys asked me last week, why was I confident? That's why I was confident. That's what I've been looking at in preparation, and I'm appreciative of it, not only his efforts, but the efforts of the collective.
Mike, what allowed you guys to persevere? What about the group?
Just acknowledging that NFL football is tough. There's going to be ebb and flow. You're going to be up against it. You're going to be tested individually and collectively, and how you respond to that oftentimes defines you. And I can't say enough about Boz. Man, our kicker is a serial killer. Man, he got a low pulse rate. He can't wait to deliver.
Based off of what you saw in the moment, the issues against the run, was that more schematic, or did the Jets just beat your guys?
It was both. There were instances we weren't good enough. When he walked in, and the keeper on the touchdown, for example, there were some instances where he simply won. We had an appropriate number of people, and that's what's challenging about quarterback mobility, particularly the +1 running game when it's designed runs. There's not a lot of gang tackling under those circumstances. It's a bunch of one-on-one football. And when big-time athletes get in one-on-one circumstances, oftentimes they win, and he showed us some of that. But not that we were surprised by that. That was on our team a year ago.
Let's talk about this. 60 in pregame. Did he say that to you at any point? Do you know that you're aware of that?
Boz always makes it from 60 in pregame. Boz always wants to bang from deep. That one he made in the first half, I don't even know if he looked at me. It's just when it went to fourth down, he walked out on the field. But that's the type of guy you want banging for you under them circumstances.
Talk about this defense.
I'm sorry?
Talk about this defense. It was shaky all game, but in the fourth quarter, they actually stopped the Jets 2 times in the fourth quarter. So the importance of making plays at big times.
We needed to. You play today, you evaluate tomorrow. The game's not always going to unfold the way that you like. When you start measuring it in the midst of play, you don't have enough energy and enough gas to do what you suggested. And so that's what I like about it. Do I like how we played? Do I like our inability to stop the run? No. But I love our mindset because our mindset shows that we were game for the fight, that we weren't measuring it today. We were playing to win. And when you do those things, man, you got enough gas in the tank to finish it at the end.
Does having Rodgers give you a different feel or a different approach in a final drive situation because he's been there so many times?
We've had him for one game. And so you can paint with a broad brush or not. I'm appreciative of the efforts today.
Specifically with pass protection, where do you need to see this line grow from the performance that they put out there today?
We got to be able to turn our back to the defense on play pass on first and second down. I thought that's where we were most leaky. But it's risk associated with that. I understand that. But that's just a component of the play that we desire to be functional at, and we weren't good enough today.
Mike, what were your first impressions of Jalen Ramsey in a Steelers jersey?
I'm glad he's on my team. I've seen it in stadiums before. A lot of these new Steelers, man, we've covered it for a long time, and sometimes it's just about opportunity. I've certainly been an appreciator of his skills and talents. Can't say enough about him, man. He played nickel. He played free safety. He played outside corner. He is a top-notch football player, and I'm glad he's on our team.
You talking about distributional reps at running back. Was that much Kenny Gainwell something you were expecting, or sort of the way things just played out?
We played to win today. I'm not going to stand up here and break down the distributional reps for you guys week in and week out. I'm not into that.
Mike, what is it about Ben Skoranek that makes him such a key player in big moments?
He's got an unwavering belief in self. We kid him a lot. Sometimes it's somewhat unrealistic. But, man, if you don't believe in you, who will? He's one of those guys that has big-time belief in self.
Was there a game ball press down today?
I'll keep that between us until you guys go in there and ask them.
Anyone else?
How critical was that drive right before halftime to lower the deficit to 2?
It was big time, man. We wanted to book in the half, to be quite honest with you. We weren't able to come out in the second half with that same level of execution. That's why you defer, man. We wanted to book in that half. We handled the front end of it. We didn't handle the back end of it.
Mike, I realize your quarterback is going to be motivated regardless of circumstances, but he just beat the team that let him go. What was your emotion for him in that context?
I agree with you. He doesn't care. He's been doing this too long. It was week one. There was a lot to be excited about. We got the victory. It's on to the next one.
You talked about having to rotate defensive linemen a lot, and week one was all the time. Did you feel like your conditioning of your group was up to par?
I do. I certainly believe it was challenging, particularly at outside linebacker. Our third guy was a rookie who was also on punt and kickoff, and Jack Sawyer. And so, but that's the challenges that everybody faces this time of year. We got through it.
All right.
Thanks, guys.